Oh, there we go. We all got it. We all got it. Okay, shit. I know this man is happy to see that we all have our supply of miracle food.
Let's talk about coming to America, man. Let's get into that, Sam, man, because you seen the movie first before I seen it. And let's just say you were highly disappointed. And then I put the movie in, and I did text you, but I'm going to let you go ahead and give the people what you think about Coming to America Part 2.
Yeah. So the first night it came out, it actually came out on Friday, but for some reason I got access to it the day before. I don't know if that was something Amazon was doing or whatever. So it was kind of late. Me and the wife were about to go to sleep. She's like, let's put a little bit on. I said, all right, fuck it, let's throw a little bit on. I watched about 15 minutes and I was like, you know what? It's too late for this shit. Let me turn this off right now and give this an honest eye before I go ahead and go to fuck in. So I wake up in the morning, I see people on the IG, I see people on my Facebook. Yo, y'all got to go in on this. This movie was terrible. It was awful. It was ass. So I'm like, oh boy. Before I say anything, let me watch the movie. So I watched the movie in its entirety. I watched it 3 times now. And I seen that you put up a poll on Hip Hop Uncensored. I asked people what they thought of the movie. And it's about a 50%. I liked it. I don't know. It's okay. So here's my thoughts on it.
Right.
It had the potential. No, hold on. Let me say this. It was never going to meet expectations of the first movie. That first movie was created in 1988, if I'm not mistaken. Comedy and life in general were completely different than they are right now. What they gave us was a classic movie. Well, Coming to America 2, it had the potential to not meet expectation, but to be a good movie. It really did. Some parts of it I enjoyed. Mm-hmm. Obviously, you enjoy the cast. When you look at the star-studded cast that was in it, most, if not all, most of them, not all of them, of the members of the original cast was on there. So you appreciated that. I love seeing black people on screen, black excellence. Of course, you appreciate that. But a McDowell's in Zamunda? You got a fucking McDonald's in the middle of a jungle?
Right.
The brother that, I don't know if it was Eddie Murphy or Arsenio Hall, because they both play these roles well, but the little fucking witchcraft dude, the Geechee dude,
the Baba.
That was some bullshit.
Right.
There was a couple instances in the movie that just came off corny, rushed, and just straight, just like, goddamn, what are you doing? Like, this shit is corny on all levels. I don't know what I'm watching, man. So I'd give it a C. I know a lot of people are out here saying, y'all don't disrespect black movies. It was black culture. It was a great movie. But when you look at
Paramount movie or something like that.
Yeah. And when you look at it, who owns it? Who owns it for real?
Right.
And when you look at who is promoting it, where are they promoting it? So the only thing black about it is the motherfuckers buying it.
Mm-hmm. And some of the cast, obviously. But I did put the poll up. I put Rate the New Coming to America movie. Now, 25%. This is out of 11,000 votes. 25% said it was a classic, which is a stretch to me. 52% said it's okay. 13% said it's corny. And 10% said it's not worth it. And that's only a small sample size. It's not like all the people who've seen it. But, I'm just with the okay part. I knew that it was never going to be able to, capture that. But my frustration comes from it should have been able to. With that star-studded cast, they should have been able to get close. But instead, and not to spoil it for people, if you haven't seen it, turn it off right now, right? But they went kind of with the same storyline as the first one. Like, why do that? Like, come up with something totally, different. I thought it was kind of just a lot of I don't mean to say buffoonery, but lack of a better word, I just thought that it took away from the original essence of the movie. It kind of even made a mockery, out of Africa a little bit in some instances. First of all, the costumes, the way the people were dressed, it makes you love, being from Africa. It's totally like a beautiful thing, like what the women was wearing, and the shit was crazy. But other things kind of made a mockery, of the great, the motherland of Africa. But it is what it is. As far as us going in on a black movie, you can say what you want to say. We're going to keep it real over here, whether it be a white movie, black movie, and us giving our honest opinion about the movie is not going to take away from none of the sales. It's not going to take away from nothing that movie made. So we're just going to get on here and always give our honest opinion. But my overall grade will probably be like a C minus. I just thought it could have been way better. With that being said, it wasn't horrible.
Yeah, and I'll give it a C, and not to put on this too long. First off, Leslie Jones, who played my man Jermaine Fowler's Lavelle's mom. I think she did a great job. She did her fucking thing. I think she was probably the shining light in the whole movie. But I agree with you, oh God. When they first come up and we see the landscape of Africa and they go into the house of Zamunda, who was actually Rick Ross's real home. Salute to Rick Ross. That's a beautiful home.
Yeah.
Yes, it is our anniversary. Like, I don't want to hear that. It's from the fucking first one.
Right.
When he goes back to New York and puts on the Met shit, that's from the first. Don't give us that shit. The barbershop scene really bothered me. I'm going to tell you, and I'm not trying to be in my feelings, but we remember Mr. Jerry, right?
Yeah.
Everybody got hacked up by Mr. Jerry in Egg Harbor and Mullica Township. Mr. Jerry right now would not be cutting hair.
Right.
God rest his soul, I think he's passed away. When you got OGs in the 80s looking like they do 30 years later, it's not realistic. Like, I was thinking to myself, what if they were in like a old folks home and he went back and visited them there and it was like Eddie Murphy and Martin when they were on Life talking shit as old people. To make it just a little more realistic, I feel like it was rushed a little bit.
Right.
I feel like you said, they tried too much to give us the first one, and you can't replicate the first one, man. It was some shining lights in it. You give it a C-, I give it a C. We're about the same on that.
I don't know the kid's name, but the guy who played his son,
Jermaine Fowler.
I think he did a hell of a job too.
I think he did an excellent job.
Yeah.
You know who? Anybody that did not, I liked everybody that wasn't in the first movie. To be honest with you, I like Jermaine Fowler. I like Leslie Jones. I think even our girl Lunel did a good job in her little part that she had in there. I think, what's my man's name? I can't think of it right now. Tracy Morgan.
Yeah.
He did his fucking thing in that movie.
Yeah.
I thought a lot of people had little bright moments, but the main stars, Eddie, Arsenio, I was just a little disappointed in it.
Yeah, there was, like you, I think the key thing you said is the fact that they was at a different spot. You know, in 88, Eddie Murphy was different than he is now. They just look comfortable. And they're like, you know what I mean? Not to say they didn't give it all, but it's just different people. Like back then, it was like more of a hunger, you know what I mean, to do the role that they did. But yeah, I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't want to shit on it too hard, but it definitely wasn't what I was expecting. I can 100% say that.
Yeah, I don't know what I was expecting, but I was disappointed when I seen where it could have went and where it went. I was disappointed. And I seen that Eddie Murphy said to kind of conclude it here. He took a hiatus from movies for a long time because remember, we ain't seen him in a while because of all the ass movies that he did. And this came from him. Yeah. He was tired of the ass movies. There was a certain point where Eddie Murphy stopped doing what we accustomedly see Eddie Murphy doing, and there was some movies that were questionable in there. And that's why he stopped. So I'm very curious to see what he would think after watching the final product of this, because it's been multiple versions laid out, I was hearing, and this is the one they came up with. So, hey, salute to these great actors and actresses we've seen on screen, and go ahead and watch it for yourself.
Like, I just hate same storyline. It kills me. You couldn't come up with nothing better.
You remember Best Man and Best Man 2?
Yeah.
I loved it.
Both of them, yeah.
Best Man was a great movie.
Oh, yeah.
And we look at sequels and we go, it doesn't necessarily equal up to the first one. I disagree with that.
2 might have.
Because 2 might have.
Yeah.
They gave an extension. They gave you a character arc on what everybody's doing and why everybody's doing it. But at the same time, gave us new shit. I would rather see less of a comedy and more of something. All right, you got a son out here in New York. You go meet the son. You give little funny parts because you motherfuckers are naturally funny. But not you said buffoonery. And that's the only word I could think of right now in certain aspects of this.
Niggas ain't take a test or nothing. Like, you just took the nigga over there. Like, you know what I mean?
He's my son. He's gonna be the rule of the era.
Like, you can't write with him. Like,
ain't no nigga from Brooklyn leaving to Africa with you, man. Who the fuck are you? It wasn't realistic, but
yeah, it is what it is.
Bro. Enjoy, man.
Other people loved it though. I see like family members and stuff. They love it, man. And people was watching the first one and then watching that one. So we're going to always give you the honest opinion over here, man. So you know, either you're gonna love it or you're not.
Don't let our opinion waiver what you want to do. If you ain't seen a movie yet based off our opinion, go watch it for yourself and make your own opinion. But here, I think that we give it at the Hip Hop Uncensored Podcast. C.
Yeah.
That's what we got, man. So I want to talk about this, oh God, kind of transitioning. Pooh Shiesty and Kodak Black. Now, I know you don't know too much about this situation that was going on throughout the day. Young boys that we really don't listen to, even though we've talked about Kodak Black a lot on this show in regards to his legal issues. Well, they've been into it a little bit, and I really don't know. I can't fucking tell you why, but I'll give you a little bit of what Kodak Black had to say and then what Pooh Shiesty said, and then we'll get our thoughts.